This is my ex-girlfriend, so I kind of try to cover her face up with some shading, but people still know. My first tattoo, I was 16.
And what was it?
And it was a little bird like this small that's now covered up by a giant tattoo here. Like, so my whole stomach is tattooed.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, you're crazy. There's someone in my life who I owe a special apology to. I'm talking about someone who I really loved and lost because I screwed it all up. But thankfully, that special someone, the love of my life, is here tonight. I just want that second chance, so you can come on out.
Welcome.
Baby girl just got here?
Was she good?
Yeah.
I don't know. You good?
The president.
Yes.
Yeah.
President. The commission. Come in. Yes, man.
Well, we're so blessed and honored to have you on our live, and thank you for doing this. You look gorgeous, obviously.
Hey!
Look at us two. We're like we're a happy married family.
That's so cool.
Quick question: did you see this coming?
Oh no.
I think that I've grown during this period. I've appreciated things. You just even being able to have a bed to sleep on is so important to me. And
everything seemed normal online, almost calm, until one tiny clip flipped everything upside down and sent social media into another storm. Justin was streaming on Twitch, Haley sitting beside him, and on the surface, it looked like any other live session. But then, something subtle happened, a split-second glance that nobody could ignore. His eyes shifted, not toward the game, not toward the chat, but to the tattoo he once openly connected to Selena. It wasn't dramatic or staged. It was just a brief look. Yet in that instant, the internet exploded. Fans froze, paused, zoomed in, and dissected every angle. Some said he looked tired or distracted, just spacing out for a second. Others saw it differently. They saw meaning, history, and old emotions resurfacing in a single blink. That tiny moment, almost unnoticeable in real time, carried enough weight to restart conversations people thought were long over. Haley remained quiet beside him, her expression unreadable, but even her calm became part of the story. In seconds, a glance that lasted less than a heartbeat reshaped the narrative online, splitting opinions in ways that were impossible to ignore. And just as the world was still replaying that Twitch clip, another moment resurfaced, a short video of Benny and Selena from years ago by a car door. In it, Selena steps aside, Benny gets in first, a moment barely 3 seconds long. Yet the reactions were instantaneous. Words like careless, disrespectful, and red flag flooded the comment sections. It seemed absurd to some. How could a simple gesture generate such debate? But anyone who has followed Selena's story knows the pattern. Anything involving her is amplified. Every minor movement, glance, or action gets magnified far beyond its context. And in this clip, that pattern was undeniable. Fans debated endlessly. Some said she shouldn't be opening doors at all, arguing that if someone can't respect her, they don't deserve her attention. Others pointed out the simplicity and comfort of the moment, saying it wasn't disrespect. It was ease, confidence. Someone moving through the world without needing a performance. This small, 3-second video highlighted just how polarizing perception can be, depending entirely on who's watching. As that discussion swirled, yet another clip changed the narrative entirely. Justin pulled over on the side of the highway to help a driver whose car had broken down. It was raw, unplanned, and completely genuine. The man he helped looked stunned, and the sincerity of the moment was palpable. This clip spread even faster than the tattoo or car door debates, and for good reason. It showed a side of Justin the internet hadn't been able to frame or dissect. He wasn't performing. There was no camera-ready drama, just a simple act of kindness. Fans immediately contrasted this with the earlier moments. Many praised him for his action, calling it proof of genuine character. Others cautioned that a single good deed shouldn't erase patterns from the past. But the overwhelming reaction was clear. The internet loves redemption, and moments like this provide it in vivid, shareable form. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about old drama, it was about real gestures, human kindness, and the tension between perception and reality. And then the comparisons began. Benny versus Justin. Fans started pitting their relationships side by side, analyzing energy, intention, and authenticity. Benny, who speaks openly about Selena with unfiltered enthusiasm, was praised for transparency and genuine emotion. Justin, on the other hand, with Hailey, was viewed by some as reserved, almost performative in moments captured for public eyes. Comments flew. One fan wrote that Benny may overshare, but at least he speaks with pride. Another pointed out that Justin only seems present when cameras expect it. The discussion wasn't about perfect behavior, it was about authenticity. Who shows intent without needing recognition? Who acts with real care versus performance? And in this contrast, the internet found endless fuel for debate. Just as the conversation about Justin and Benny escalated, Hailey became the center of scrutiny. Every old clip, every paused frame, every blink she ever made in public suddenly seemed relevant. A red carpet moment where she glanced to the side became evidence to some, a reason to speculate about her mood or state of mind. The context didn't matter. Whether she was smiling moments later or simply shifting her weight, people read meaning into the smallest gestures. Her silence became a statement, whether she wanted it to or not. Every glance was a reflection of the larger online narrative, and every gesture was dissected as if it held the answers to mysteries nobody had really asked her to solve. Hailey became an emotional barometer for online chaos, her composure held up against the swirling opinions of millions. Meanwhile, Selena continued moving through her world quietly. Rare beauty represented her agency, her calm, her control. She didn't comment, she didn't react. And she certainly didn't participate in the online dissection of moments she had left behind years ago. And yet, her calm only made the comparisons sharper. While the internet debated glances, gestures, and acts, she stayed composed, letting her work and her presence speak for themselves. The contrast was striking. One side was constant reactions, drama and scrutiny. The other was measured, intentional, and calm. Fans couldn't help but notice the difference, even if subconsciously. Energy, intent, and authenticity were all being judged simultaneously, and people had opinions about which felt safer, more genuine, or more grounded. It's incredible how a few seconds of footage can reshape perception. One glance, a 3-second interaction, a quiet act of kindness, each carries weight far beyond what actually happened. The internet doesn't just follow the headlines, it follows patterns. It notices subtleties, small gestures, and quiet energy. And those patterns matter because they tell a story about trust, emotional safety, and human perception. People applaud quiet confidence, loyalty, and acts done without an audience. Others obsess over drama, analyzing every gesture and word for signs of performance. And in the middle, the subjects of scrutiny keep living, unaffected in their own worlds, yet constantly under the lens. Think about it this way. If it were your story, your heartbreak, your trust, which energy would you feel safer opening up to? One relationship shows calm, measured energy, Selena navigating her life with quiet confidence, letting her actions speak louder than words. The other is a storm of reactions, comparisons, and amplified gestures, where every glance and word is magnified by countless eyes. It's not just celebrity drama, it's a reflection on how humans perceive honesty, intention, and emotional safety. One energy invites peace, the other invites intensity and constant evaluation. And every single moment, whether intentional or unintentional, carries the potential to shift perception dramatically. Fans instinctively pick up on this. They notice patterns in behavior, history, and small gestures. When Justin helped the driver on the highway, it became symbolic, a reminder that moments of genuine kindness exist amid the noise. When Hailey's small movements were scrutinized, it revealed the weight of being constantly analyzed. And when Selena remained composed, it showed a contrast that amplified the discussion even more. These patterns, subtle yet persistent, shape online narratives far more than anyone realizes. Social media thrives on this cycle. One moment triggers reactions which get compared, analyzed, and amplified. Past events are never truly gone. They resurface when new moments provide context or contrast. A simple glance, an interaction, or a silent gesture becomes evidence, interpretation, and debate all at once. That's why fans compare Justin and Benny, Hailey and Selena, moments from years ago with moments from today. It's not random, it's a human instinct to search for authenticity, intention, and emotional truth. And when these moments collide, the discussion evolves into something larger than the individuals themselves. And yet, the people involved are living completely separate lives. Selena continues building her brand and her life, independent of online chaos. Justin and Hailey navigate theirs, sometimes with unplanned gestures that capture attention. Benny and Selena's past interactions get replayed endlessly. 4 lives, 4 different energies, yet the internet constantly finds ways to connect, compare, and scrutinize. It's a reminder that online attention is less about reality and more about perception, the story the internet constructs from fragments and seconds. So, here's the question that sticks. Which energy would you trust with your own story? Who would feel emotionally safer to confide in if the choices were yours? On one hand, there's calm, measured energy, grounded in confidence and intentionality. On the other, there's intensity, performance, and constant evaluation of every gesture. Every clip you scroll past, every highlight or silence becomes a test of perception, forcing you to consider authenticity, intent, and trustworthiness. In the end, it's less about who did what and more about how those moments make you feel. A glance, a small gesture, a kind act, these are what shape perception. Some will rally behind calm, authenticity, and measured energy. Others will dissect, debate, and magnify every detail, searching for hidden meaning or pretense. And in the middle, life goes on. Selena keeps her calm, Justin and Hailey navigate public attention, Benny shares unfiltered moments, and the internet keeps watching, connecting dots, interpreting patterns, and amplifying gestures into narratives. It's a reflection on trust, on emotional safety, and on human perception. One relationship feels grounded, secure, and real. Another is intense, performative, and scrutinized at every turn. And as you watch these moments unfold, think about the energy you would invite into your own life. Which gestures, glances, and acts matter to you most? Which energy would you let influence your trust, your heart, or your story? The answer isn't simple, and the debate will likely never end. But that's exactly why these moments continue to capture attention, spark conversation, and reflect something far larger than the clips themselves. Because when it comes down to it, the internet isn't just following drama, it's following patterns, authenticity, and human energy. A glance at a tattoo, a brief interaction by a car door, a quiet act of kindness on the highway, these fragments tell stories far bigger than the people in them. They ask us to reflect, to question, and to choose which energy feels safe, genuine, and worth trusting. And maybe, just maybe, that's the lesson hidden behind every viral moment. Not about who's right or who's wrong, but about how we see, interpret, and respond to the people we watch, admire, or compare.